one of this video, we went up to a hill in a city park. We had a great view on the city of Santiago with the Andes mountains and its foothills in the back. In part 2 of this video, we are making our way to those foothills, closer to the Andes mountains. So come and join me for that part of the bike trip. This article shows that the divide between the rich and the poor in the city is pretty obvious. And here is a map of the city of Santiago showing the comunas, so the communities. The red one in the middle is the city center. And you can make a similar map showing the Human Development Index. That's what you see over here. Color coding is this one. So the more green, the richer an area is, and the more orange, the poorer an area is. You can clearly see a divide here, yeah, with the west being on average poorer than the east. The northeast is the greenest part of town, the richest part of town. I've explored West Santiago by inline skates already and will do so again by bike tomorrow, but today it is the northeast that I'm going for. Here I'm exiting a bridge after leaving the Metropolitan Park that was featured in part 1 of this trip. I'm heading straight into the neighborhood of Vitacura, one of the richer neighborhoods. But I spent most of my time today in Las Condes, the big brother right next door. That's where the foothills are that I'm gonna visit. And as we'll make our way through those neighborhoods to the foothills, you'll see there's a lot of climbing ahead of me. So yeah, we're gonna explore the rich part of Santiago. As I was passing by, I noticed this area over here. This is a very posh area. It's my first guess. Look at those houses. Wow. Oh yeah. Welcome to a posh area in Santiago, Chile. More specifically, Las Anquinas is the name of the road. Is this a whole street that is heavily guarded? Yeah, look, security. Wow. So there's nobody in there. There are security posts in this neighborhood. And not because it looks dangerous. Quite the contrast, I have to say, with other neighborhoods I've seen. Look at those foothills over there. There are people living there. I'm sure those are really expensive houses and only for the wealthy. Same in every city that has hill residences like that. Yeah, there was a park here. So I have no choice but to merge in here and go around a road for a while. I feel like the Andes are getting closer. Hope you can feel it too. Of course, that was a semi-joking statement. Bike beats car, huh? Same in Amsterdam, my hometown in the Netherlands. I'll show you one thing here. Because here's that river again, I think. Forgot the name, Mapocho River, not sure. Pointed it out in the inline skating video. Check it out. It's very narrow here. But it starts in the Andes mountains, but 2 other rivers converge. Look at those apartment buildings right there on that hill. Expensive housing with a great view, I'm sure. There's a road pretty high up that hill, just below the residential areas there. Cool. It will not surprise you that we've been going uphill for the last few kilometers. After all, we're making our way to the Andes mountains. But this GPX trace over here clearly confirms that I was going uphill. I could feel it as well. Fair to say I'm on the right track. Because I still see the Andes over there. Climbing just got more serious. And I'm pretty convinced it is colder. I also notice it from the way that the people dress over here compared to in the center of Santiago. I have to like zigzag my way through this neighborhood to get to the next destination. And may I add that this is again, maybe not unexpectedly, quite a posh neighborhood, for sure. Climbing just got more serious. I'm being passed by cars like it's nobody's business. We have left flatland, for sure. Park Natural San Carlos de Apoquindo. Straight ahead. Coming up, the greatest understatement of the day. Check out what it says on the road over here. Lento, slow. Yeah, of course I'm going slow, people. There's no way I'm going fast here. Too steep for that. Of course I know it's for cars. I know. Just making some jokes along the way. Okay? Okay? Oh. I guess so. Not sure if this was the way to go, but yes it was. Alright, let me remind you again, the Netherlands where I'm from is flat land. Complete flat land. So Dutchies are not used to this. Camino Cerrado, solo personal autorizado. I don't think I can go there. No sign for this road that it was forbidden, so let me try my luck. This may not be the intended lookout, but it's a lookout for sure. And of course we're high. It's a little bit hazy, but over there you can definitely see, you know, the city, at least part of it. So yeah, I do have a shot here from the foothills of the Andes mountains. Yeah, see the mountains over there, and these are the foothills. Still not sure if I'm allowed to be on this sandpad over here. I'm not going to try my luck further.
Let me show you where I was at this moment. On the left here is the city of Santiago. On the right hand side are the Andes mountains, and in the middle are the foothills of the Andes mountains. Let me zoom in a little bit to show you where I'm at. Here you see a name appear, Park Natural San Carlos de Apoquindo. That was my target for the second half of the bike trip. And if I zoom in a little bit more, you see over here the sports complex that I just passed. And right here on the right hand side, that's where I'm at right now, at the very edge of the city. The very edge. That's so cool. By now, I had made my way into the foothills of the Andes mountains. Indeed, the elevation at this point was a nice 1 kilometer.
There's nobody around, so I got it all for myself. So here's the sports complex I was talking about. There's a big stadium over there. There's horse riding. I can hear the people play tennis right over there. I think I saw a soccer field over there. Yeah. And some smaller stadiums as well. You know, if you can get up there in the back, I'm sure the view is better. But again, it seems to be hazy. Still an awesome view, especially that way. The Andes fog right below it. Alright, so right over there is our view from the foothill of the Andes mountains. the city of Santiago. I don't think we can expect a lot better views because it's hazy and we're high up, of course. And I got lost somehow down the way. I need to be back in the hotel before it gets dark. And I still have quite a long way back. Good news is that way back is completely downhill. That'll be awesome. Looking forward to that. Let me give you a 360. There you got the Andes Mountains.
So as if I haven't been admiring the Andes Mountains enough by now, here's some additional footage from an airplane. A few days later, I flew to Montevideo, so we took off in the southern direction and made an almost immediate sharp left turn. And that led us straight over the Andes Mountains, and this gave spectacular footage from the airplane. I've flown over mountain ranges before, for sure, but never this close, at least in my perception. It felt like we were really close to the mountains. And we were all told to stay in our seat and keep our seat belts fastened. And for maybe 15 minutes or so, we could all enjoy this spectacular view.
And clearly we're at the foothills. So I did what I wanted to do today. So now for an intermezzo. Welcome to my hometown of Amsterdam, the Netherlands, the capital. Right there is my commuter bike. It's 8:30 in the morning. So I'm on my way to work. But I realized something. At the moment I started editing the video that you're watching right now, it was a memorable moment. It has been a year since I uploaded my first video on YouTube. It's November 25, 2024, and on November 25, 2023, I uploaded my first videos on my YouTube channel. 4 actually, to be precise, all about San Francisco. So yeah, we got something to celebrate, and it's been quite a ride the last year. I enjoyed a lot of moments during my journey. There were some bummers along the way as well. I had interactions with people, comments, nice comments. And maybe you wonder if this would be the time to reflect on my one year journey with a bigger video. Well, I did that a few months ago when I returned from South America. I made 2 reflection videos. One on how I experienced the whole journey so far, because I also had to go outside of my comfort zone big time. And one on bloopers. Good moments, bad moments, noteworthy moments. So go check those videos out. Here are the thumbnails. By the way, in the back you see that we have a lot of bikers here in Amsterdam, and at this time of day we even have traffic jams with bikers, which is very interesting. Alright, so yeah, I'm not planning on stopping with my YouTube channel anytime soon. I really enjoy it. I relive the trip, if you will, every time that I'm editing. So thanks for being a viewer, and stay tuned and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. If you like me inline skating and biking in cities abroad and giving you some insights into the city that I'm at that time. Thank you. As a proof that I was at a clandestine spot. So here's the thing, my offline app gives me all sorts of ways to get to what was intended to be the lookout, but they're all closed. No wonder I'm struggling here. My offline app has all sorts of roads, but they're all locked or clandestine. Well, you know what? I took one clandestine road, I got a nice view, and now it's back to Santiago city center. And this promises to be an easy way back. You can notice it already. I don't have to do anything right now. It's all downhill. Watch the speed bumps here. Here's the stadium. Goodbye, Andy. It was lovely being here. I'm gonna part ways now. I'm going back to the city center. Charging my iPhone. Gotta love these power banks. I'm already back at 50%, which is awesome. You don't want to be left with an empty iPhone in a City that you don't know. So interestingly, the bike lane is on the left here. This is awesome, man. I have yet to do something. I let gravity do its work. And so, no way. Going downhill, baby. There you go. It is steep, indeed. There you go. You can see the high rises pop up again. Maybe a little bit hard to see in the video. We're reaching ground level. More and more. Hey, Castillo Pendiente. Yeah, no kidding. Damn. No kidding. This is steep. Over here, on my right hand side, is metro station Los Dominicos. That happens to be the end point of the Red Line 1, which is what I've often taken so far. Right here. Los Dominicos. Taking a break over there. That's where my bike is. I've been observing the spot here, and it's really fascinating. Both the location and the dynamics. So over there is the city of Santiago. It's relatively flat there. Santiago is in the valley. And I don't think it's a coincidence that there is the terminal subway station right over here, of the Red Line in this case, because there is no sense in prolonging it that direction. Over there the foothills of the Andes start, and right behind it the Andes mountains themselves. The longest continuous mountain range in the world. Cool. There's a skate park over here. Roller skating. Oh no, also rollerblading over there. Colleagues. Alright. I'm getting back to the city center during Friday afternoon rush hour. Fun times. Fun times. There's a bus behind me. Okay, I have to be careful now. I think I can squeeze in. Jeez. Okay, that wasn't easy. That bus on the left was right behind me. Now, I really have to thank my hometown of Amsterdam for teaching me the skills needed for urban cycling. Could not have wished for a better city to teach me those skills. You learn to find the right balance between defensive and proactive. Just like you need in a typical Friday afternoon rush hour in the city of Santiago. Alright, Sanhattan is coming up. Over there is that famous skyscraper again. Santiago downtown. Sanhattan. This is awesome, the way back. I'm really enjoying it. This Avenida up window that I've been taking for the last few kilometers. A lot of fun. It's all downhill. Let me give you a 360 here. Because we're approaching Sanhattan. So there are quite a few high-rise buildings here. Alright. There we are. Right here, traversing Sanhattan. I visited this skyscraper by inline skates. Check out this video over here. That's the famous skyscraper, the tallest one in South America. Lively place, for sure. There's this really nice bike lane. The river that I pointed out earlier in the video. You can see it right here. The same river. It's quite a decent number of cyclists in Santiago. Well, there you go. And what I noticed is a lot of young people hanging out. You know, at the end of the week, a lot of people in school uniforms. Maybe they're celebrating that yet another week of school duties is over. You can see, for example, a bunch of people hanging out there. Alright, so let's end part 2 where we started part 1. This monster pedestrian bridge that I did with inline skates 2 days ago. Let's look at the statistics. I have been biking around for almost 5.5 hours. I did 43 kilometers. It was awesome. I really had a thrill. So we first went up to a hill over there. We observed the city, the skyscrapers with the Andes in the back. Then I made my way through the city to the east, visited the foothills, found a clandestine spot from which I had a view on the city, kind of, with the Andes right behind me. Very awesome. And then I made my way back to the city, and that was cool too. It was Friday afternoon, rush hour, and it was all downhill in very heavy traffic. I really enjoyed that. I have rented this bike for 2 days. So tomorrow I'm gonna bike again, but that bike trip will be of a completely different theme.
On bike trip 2, I visited one of the most notorious neighborhoods of the city called La Legua. And I went to the outskirts of the city to a neighborhood called Maipu, just to, you know, experience the authentic life over there.
Yeah, don't mind the noise, please. But I wanted to take you to this location, also to show you what hidden gems you can sometimes stumble upon if you go beyond the beaten path. In this case, I took a regular city bus to metro station Vespuccio Norte that you see on the left there. And why did I take you to this pedestrian bridge over here? Well, that's because on the other side we have an awesome view that is complementary to all the views that you saw today. The hill on the very right is the hill with the Mary statue. I can actually see the Mary statue from here. The hill in the middle, the hills I should say, are the hills that I biked to in the first half of this video, where I enjoyed the view on the Andes Mountains. And in the back you see the Andes Mountains themselves, the foothills of which were targeted in the second half of this video. So it's a really complementary view to all the views that I included in today's video. For example, all the biking that I did was between the hills that you see in the foreground and the foothills of the Andes Mountains that you see in the background. Simply because I'm in the north of the city now, I went out of my way to get a nice view here. If you look very carefully, you can still see, I'll zoom in for you, the top of that famous skyscraper, the tallest skyscraper in South America. Yeah. Let me give you a 360 as well. There you go.